welcome. You know what I'm saying? We back at the Snub Nose, it's been a long week, you know what I'm saying? But I'm back here, and I just want to give so much love to my fans and everybody that, that showed me so much. What up, Steve?
What's up, brother?
Oh, nigga, I can't call it, but I still do. But you know who can call it? Common. Ha, ha, ha. We play shit time raps here. Here we go. The Snub Nose. Ha, ha, ha. Woo! Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, I want to give shouts out to my niggas Stack. I want to give shouts out to my nigga Kevo. Woo! You know what I'm saying? I want to give shouts out to myself. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. What up, to my brother, man? My brother gave me a Rolex yesterday. Shouts out to Big Juice, gave me a roly-poly. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Oh, my sister is second to none. You know what I'm saying? Woo! You know what I'm saying? We go. You know what I'm saying? We go get into this. You know what I'm saying? And woo! I fuck with Common.
Getting your gas.
Let's get into it, Steve. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Welcome to the Snub Nose. It's a buzz, Steve.
Facts and facts.
Baby, it's me.
My money is funny and my credit won't get it.
I'm not buying that with a coupon. Around, and they got black, white, but black people got colorization. And what colorization means is, niggas call them like they snub. You're light skinned. I consider myself caramel. But you can't put all this caramel on one Sunday. But hit the button, Steve. You know what I'm saying? And light-skinned niggas get a bad rap. Well, why do light-skinned niggas get a bad rap? I'll be sure. You know what I'm saying? That nigga from New Jack City, 87, 88, and 89 was the light-skinned nigga extravaganza. You know what I'm saying? No more. What about a black bitch? You know what I'm saying? A bitch from Nigeria with like a apple nose ring, like a bull, a saber tooth. You know what I'm saying? And she, and she comes to your crib. You know what I'm saying? So niggas will take a black woman. See, dark-skinned women are more protective of their men. That light-skinned bitch trying to take a black bitch, nigga, she will beat the shit out of you. And a dark-skinned woman bleed different. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Her shit like ketchup. Nigga, you ever see a black bitch put on makeup? You know what I'm saying? That bitch like a cheeseburger.
You sound colorless.
You know what I'm saying? White women, light-skinned women, they get themselves together. They put on their tights.
You think
they put on their tights and everything. A black woman, a woman that's dark-skinned don't even wear tights or stockings. You know what I'm saying? Her legs already got stockings built in. You know what I'm saying?
You think light-skinned women are better than dark-skinned women?
They're all bitches. First of all.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Kev. I see what you're saying.
You know that. Do you want a green apple or a red apple?
Yeah. Okay.
They both fruits. You know what I'm saying? Do you want a plum or a peach? I want a plum and a peach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, But you know what? No. But you know what? When you got a plum and you got a peach, you know what they got in there? Is a seed. You know, they both got seeds in them. You know, you can put a seed in the ground and you can plant it. You know, and what grows from it might not be the best. You know what? It might be a tree. It might be a plant. But it might be a fucking dandelion. You don't know what the fuck you gonna get. It's a button, Steve.
Wait, what?
And you got all different types of women. You know what I'm saying? You got your tall woman, your short woman. And you know what I'm saying? In the WNBA, and they were like, man,
Here we go.
I want the same money that the men get. You know what I'm saying? And you should, because y'all got the same breasts. I ain't never seen a bitch in the WNBA with some fat ass titties. You know what I'm saying? And Brittany Griner, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, shout out to Tequila. Let me get a shot.
I was just finna say, shout out to Brittany Griner.
Now she had a breakout game.
So shout out
22 points, 9 rebounds, 3 threes, and she got to the podium. And I don't give a fuck what women you are. You know what I'm saying? Women get emotional. And she broke down on the podium. You know, and I always look at her as masculine. And, you know, when a woman cries, she be like, Brittany Griner, when she cried, she was like, when you cry, you really mean it. You take a deep breath. I just want to say, thank you to my fan. You know what I'm saying? You know when a bitch ain't got no titties, when you get ready to get in the pool, and she take her shirt off, when the niggas take their shirt off, she don't even give a fuck. You know what I mean? You know, when a woman got some titties, and she take her shirt off, niggas gonna look. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't get a side eye. You know what I mean? Yeah, the fuck out of here. We gonna salivate. Them bitches ain't got no titties and shit. Like, you know, what I'm gonna do? You know, I squeeze them like this. You know, I use both of my hands, like I'm popping a pimple. You piece of shit ass bitch. Where's my titties? Hit the button, Steve. You know. You know what I'm saying? And they be, and these bitches be hooping. You know, and they be running up and down the court, you know what I'm saying? And breathing hard. And they want to, stats and facts. 82% of the women in the WNBA are gay. You know what I'm saying?
Stats and
facts. But you know what? I would love that because at least her pussy. Now you might not be able to lick her titties, but her pussy ain't been tampered with. And they got some nerve, and these stupid bitches that's in the WNBA, they go to these games and they finally got an audience. And you know what they do, Steve?
Throw a dildo on the
floor. They throw a dildo out on the court. You throwing sex toys, and they didn't even do that in a man's game. And you want man's money? You act accordingly, bitch. The nerve of you. If I borrow my baby son, LS.
I don't think they throwing that dildo.
If somebody threw a sex toy at a fucking basketball event, you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking the Hawks have just died. Excuse me. That's wrestling. They didn't even do that in wrestling events. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Hulk Hogan, you racist piece of shit. You know what I mean? The Hulkster, you know what I mean? The master of the leg drop. You know what I mean? That's it. 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Oh, man. I'm on the snub note. Oh, my God, I got my own show. Oh, shit. Hit the button, Steve. I'm cracking myself up. And this girl, she calls me. She's like, Snub. want, I want you to take me out, sometimes I'm rich. Sometimes I'm mediocre. I'm never broke, you know what I mean? I ain't never broke. Yeah, I just can't be that way. You know what I'm saying? I can't be BB. I can't be born and broke. That's one thing I'm scared of. I'm not no BB.
What, broke?
Born and broke.
Oh.
And when you got money, you can do shit that a broke nigga can't do. You know what I'm saying? And women will respect it. Like, you can take a woman on a walk. If you broke, bitch, be like, nigga, where's your car? If you got money and shit like that, we're going on a walk. She be like, okay, let's go on the walk. If you got money, you go to a picnic. Yeah, the broke nigga be like, you know what, we're going to eat in the grass. Nigga, please, you know what I'm saying? Picnic, what picnic? You know what I mean? When you got money, you ain't got to spend money. But when you broke, you got to show that you're not broke when you actually are. It's a bunch of thing. You know what? Baby, it's me. Yeah, man, and then and then you try. And broke niggas trying to get the pussy. You know what I'm saying? The pussy's given to a nigga with money. You know what? How do you want this pussy? You know what I'm saying? Do you want it on the casserole? Do you want it on a taco? Do you want it on a bun? Broke niggas gotta get the pussy. However, we gotta get it. You know what I mean? I throw myself in that category like, man, do a nigga ever see themselves begging for the pussy? Can I have some pussy, please? Can I please get some pussy? You know what I'm saying? Pussy don't fall in broke niggas' laps. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that fall in broke niggas' laps is the bitches they fucking with other fathers' kids. Hit the button, Steve. Can you walk the Devontae? Bitch, please. I'm not buying that with a coupon. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And pussy comes in different ways. How do you want your pussy? You know what I'm saying? I want my pussy like steak. You know what I'm saying? Where do you go? Do you go to Steak 48? Do you go to Louis Chop House? You know what I'm saying? It's all different pussies, but I like my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my steak bloody. Hit the button, Steve. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no bloody steak. Now, I want it cooked, but not cooked enough that so many people had a taste. Do I want it rare? I just want it warmed up. You know what I'm saying? Now, how do you get a warmed up steak? You know what I'm saying? That's when you come in second. You let somebody taste your steak first. Then you come in next. You're like, you know what? This steak ain't that bad. And then you fuck around and get food poisoning. Hit the button, Steve. Oh, shit. We on the snub nose, man. Come on now. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then, and sometimes you have people, when you were a kid, and you got your mama, and you eating the steak, and she cuts the steak up for you. You know what I'm saying? When you gotta cut your own steak up, how do you cut it? You know what I'm saying? Do you want your steak with a bone in it? Do you want your filet mignon? How do you want it? Do you want to pick it up and eat it? Do you want to put it on the bun? Do you want to reheat it? Man, you know what? If I gotta stick my steak back in the oven, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't hot in the first place. Hit the button, Steve. Woo! You know what? In New Orleans, they got some shit called the red dress. Where everybody got to wear a red dress, and niggas was wearing red dress. If I see a nigga in a red dress, you know what I'm gonna call him?
Wait, what?
If I said they had a thing in New Orleans, everybody got to wear it. It's called red dress day. So it was niggas. You know what I said? You know what I call a nigga in a red dress? A fag. You piece of shit ass nigga. You walking around here with a red. Where's your mama? Where's your daddy? You can tell. You know what I'm saying? You know. The nerve of you walking out here. Where's your pearls? You know what I'm saying? You got your nails painted and shit. You know what I'm saying? You piece of shit ass loser. You know, they had this shit. And this woman was like, you know what? Even though, even though, I love my kids and I love my husband, I think about myself. So I left my kids and my husband. He didn't cheat on the bitch. The kids did nothing to her. She just left. And she was like, because I want to start a different career. I love my husband. You know what? But niggas do that to bitches all the time. But when a bitch do it, she's selfish. You selfish bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then, you gonna find your kids later. But you know what? But at the end of the day, you still gonna have to find another life. Women don't like being alone. You know what I'm saying? Men die alone. You know what I'm saying? That's all we, you know what I'm saying? But when men die alone, you know what I'm saying? We don't got no motherfucker holding our fucking hands. You know what I'm saying? When women die alone and shit like they be a room full of motherfuckers. I can't believe this happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, man, may the force be with you. It's a bunch, Steve. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I got a dog, Guido, he like 56 now, he like 8, And he's still slick. He move around, but I know he's getting older. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wish him well. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give him a good doggy funeral. I wish you well, Guido. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Woo! Woo! You know what? I got my boy Kevo and you know what I'm saying? I can't speak much greatness about him. You know what I mean? I want to give shouts out to my brother. But you know what? We're going to get out of here today. And I want to do, something special for you. We're going to do or die. How about that? Woo! We play Chicago raps. And, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for listening to the Snub Nose Show. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back here next week. Or I'll be back here soon. Hit him up, Steve. You know how it's going down. Oh, man. Shouts out to Kendra. Shouts out to Coco. What up, Willie P? Woo-woo. Yeah. I do all my gas for myself, man. You know what I'm saying? There be niggas, you don't have that 3 or 4 niggas on their show. Man, I spit gas for my fucking self. You lucky if I have you as a fucking piece of shit ass niggas. Ooh, it was like a square. Thanks, Steve, for having me, man.
Anytime, brother.
Oh, whoa. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be professional what you do. And I'm good at what I do. You know what I'm saying? If you watch my show and you don't like it, you're a fucking loser. Just up, Black. I got you. Woo. And I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. No show. Ooh.